Hi guys, my name is Adima and you're welcome back to Parent Scoop. One thing that can be very challenging or difficult for new parents, not only new parents, for parents in general, is trying to select a name for their child. So I am here to give you a few things for you to consider that will hopefully make that process easier for you. So one thing that you can do is to name your child after maybe someone you admire. Sometimes people also name their children after themselves, so it would be like, for example, Idima Junior. So that's also something that you can think about. Obviously, if you don't like your name then yeah, maybe you don't want to do that. Another one is to name your child based on, the period or the day they were born. For example, a child who was born in the Christmas period may be named Noel. Or for example, if your child is born like on a Friday, you see what they normally name that child, just depending if it's a boy or a girl, or if they were born on a Monday, things like that. So that's something that you can also look into. If you are planning to do that and you want to use the day they were born, you may not know the day your baby is going to be born, so you just have to I guess look through all the names for each day of the week, and then yeah, you name them based on whatever day they came out. If you don't like the name I'm sure if you don't like any of the names of the days, then again, this one will not work for you. The other thing you can also consider would be naming your child kind of based on how maybe the pregnancy went or how maybe they were conceived. So perhaps maybe you've been waiting a long time for a child, and that child finally comes. Perhaps you want to name the child Patience. Or give an example with myself as well. I named my child Brielle, and the reason is it's God's strength, because if in fact, go watch my previous videos, you will know how yeah, how the whole thing was a surprise and everything, and how overwhelmed I felt. But it was only God's strength that carried me through that pregnancy. So I felt like that name was so befitting for her. And then another thing that you may want to consider, or that may help you streamline your name process, is perhaps you want to name your child based on some values you want to instill on them. So for example, as well, you may want to name them Faith, when they remember their name, to always have faith, never to give up, something like that. I don't know, you pick and choose which names, but I'm just giving you examples. Another area you can also look at is like giving them names that you're using to prophesy to their future. A good example would be Prosper. So you're more so prophesying into their lives that everything will be prosperous in everything they do. Another name could be Favor. So again, you are maybe naming them Favor so that everything they do, everything they touch, they will be highly favored. The next one you may consider is also just naming them based on your own culture. Maybe every first child is called a certain name based on your own culture. So I know for some of the Nigerian cultures, for example, Ada would be like the first girl child, so you may name them something like that. Or if there's any other cultural beliefs or anything like that that you could think about and name them according to that. Or cultural could also be your religion, if there's any specific people in the Bible that you look up to, or you are really inspired by their story, and you may want them to have some similarities with that person in the Bible, you can also name them that. And then finally, you may want to name them to match maybe your initials or maybe their siblings' initials. For example, perhaps you and your partner's names, their first, like your first and last name are the same initials, so you may want to follow along that line. Or you may want that all your children's name will start with A, or all your children's name will be, you know, rhyming, those kind of things, like Michelle, Brielle, you know, something for you to consider. Yes, so these are a few things that you want to consider, hopefully to make that baby naming process easier for you and to help you pick, you know, the right name. Thank you so much for watching. If you did get value from this, please do subscribe to my channel and make sure to share the video. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.